Hi everyone and welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be showing you the new Anastasia Beverly Hills Soft Glam palette. Now I've put my foundation and powder on beforehand and I've done my brows. So this video isn't too long because I'm aware that my last ones were a little bit too long. And I'm going to complete the look by using an Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick. I've also got a highlighter, but I'm not going to use it. It's a glow kit that I got Christmas and I don't like it. It's too glittery. It just leaves chunks of glitter all over you. I just definitely got the wrong one. Anyway, without further ado, I'm going to show you through some of these colours. So, here are the colours. They are beautiful. There's lots of purples and blues. I will swatch the colours for you on this arm. Now let's see, is this going to show up? Well, the lighting in my flat today is terrible. If you hear noise in the background, that's my son. Okay, so this one is the first one, which is called Tempera. Then we have Glistening. Then we have Orange Soda, which makes a very nice transition shade. Sorry about that. Let me just zoom in a minute. I don't think I put enough of that on my fingers. It's not coming off on my hand very well, but it is lovely. And then we have Rose Pink. It's beautiful, that one. And then we have Sultry. Very pigmented. Then we have Bronze. Very beautiful. Then we have a matte shade called Mulberry, which I love. So where shall I swatch this? I will swatch this here. Very, very pigmented. Then going down to the second row we have, I'm glad I got my makeup top on because it's going in the wash later on and it's getting covered at the moment. Right, Dusty Rose, which is one of my favourite matte colours. That's Dusty Rose. Then we have Fairy, which is back to the shimmer shades. That's a kind of gold colour. It looks white there, but let me just zoom in there. Can you see that? Then we have Burnt Orange, which is another good matte transition shade, depending on your skin tone, of course. The matte ones are not swatching very well for some reason, but they do actually look beautiful on the eye. Then we have Sienna. That's Sienna, which is another matte shade. Then another matte shade called Rustic. Oh, look, and I've got a feather on my sleeve. And this used to be my mum's top. So that's my mum. I always get little calling cards from my mum, if you believe in that sort of thing. And then I am going to swatch you Cypress Umber. Sorry, I said Cypress Number. Cypress Umber. And last but not least, we have Noir, which of course is black. It's always good to have a black in your eyeshadow palette. So I love all these tones. They're beautiful and my eyes are now watering. I haven't put concealer on yet, which is just as well. So I'm going to dig in and get going with this eyeshadow look. And I haven't decided what I'm going to do yet. You can see I haven't even I've put some foundation on there, but I haven't primed my eyelids because I want to use this Too Faced Shadow Insurance. Right, let me just put some of that on. And I should have shaken it because it's coming out a bit oily for some reason. Shouldn't do. It's brand new. Not brand new, but it's less than a month old. Right. That's better. So, put this on this eye. Yeah. It's actually skin coloured. I'm trying to use a clean finger here. So I've got the swatches on my fingers. And excuse me again, guys, today, because I am in a lot of pain, which means that I'll forget words. I'll probably be a bit clumsy. I'm going to put a little bit more on here. But I keep it real on my channel. Okay, may not be perfection, but I keep it real. Okay, now we have that shadow insurance on, which, by the way, is really, really good. Very good eye primer if you've got hooded lids. So when you have hooded lids, as I told you in the last video, it means that this top part falls down on your mobile lid. And what can happen is that shadow transfers either from your lid upwards, which you don't really want if you've got shimmery there, or downwards. So this is very, very good. So I'm deliberately talking to let it go a bit tacky, and I am then going to go in with Tempera, which, let me just show you. Tempera, which is that shade there, and I've nearly dropped the brush, but just about caught it in between my knees. That was good. Okay, I'm going to go in actually with this brush that is provided with the kit. Now, the one thing I will say is this is very, very powdery. Very pigmented and very, very powdery. So really, if you get this shadow, really just dip it very, very lightly and just blow, because you are going to get fallout everywhere. I often find that with some of the best quality eyeshadows, to be honest, and it doesn't really bother me that much, but that's why I also haven't put concealer on. So I'm putting Tempera all over to just prime my lid and give me a kind of base colour. Okay, and then I'm going to go in on the other side and do the same. This brush that's in the palette is really, really good. It's quite a good blender. Sometimes when you get brushes in with palettes, they're not very good, but I found this is very good at blending. I am going to be using a few other brushes though, so don't worry. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go in with, I'm just going to cover this up. I'm going to go in with, let me take that brush off. I want this to be a pinky kind of look, but I'm going to use, I was going to use orange soda, but actually I might just go to burnt orange first. So that's this one here. And then I'm going to start sort of heading towards the pinky tones. So these ones are very good transition shades. So I'm going to take a fluffy brush. Now this one is one I just got off Amazon in a set. They do some really good sets on Amazon. So I don't know what the name of the brush is. I've also got some MAC brushes here, but I find this one's quite good for a transition. Now again, I'm dipping it in and giving it a bit of a blow. I think I've got a molting hair there. Oh, it's not going to come off. Okay, and I'm just going to start blending this in into the upper crease as a kind of transition shade. Okay. It's quite a good brush, this one, for doing this, just giving you a nice subtle transition. You've seen people on YouTube reviews going tap tap tap, and I don't know what it is, but it irritates me. I don't know why. It's because everybody does it, and they all do it, and they dip it in and they go, and that's why I'm blowing mine, because it explain to me why it winds me up. It shouldn't, but it does. And I know why they're doing it. It's to get the excess off. I'm quite right too, but just something about it winds me up. Okay. So that's burnt orange. Now I'm going to kind of build up that shade, but I'm just going to go into the inner corner to hide the crease with... because I'm going to go for cooler pinks, I think I'm going to stick to this shade, which is called Rustic. I do like Sienna because it's like a burnt orange. No, I'm going to change my mind. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to do Mulberry, which is this one. Because it's a good kind of... it will complement the pinks. Okay, so I'm going to go in there. And what I'm going to do is... this is one way that you can do this. Instead of building it up really gradually, you dab some onto an eyeshadow brush and you place it and you think, whoa, that's going to look really bold. But you get it placed where you want it to go. And then you blend afterwards. And what I like to do is kind of take it up like that in a triangle. It's just one way of doing it, which... so you get where you want it first. And I'm going to do that on the other side. And then you go in and you blend. So I'm taking it out like that because that kind of lifts my eyes. And I'm kind of looking to see... obviously when you blend it in, you can balance it out, but I've got roughly the right shape, and I also want some of it to be seen when I drop my lid, like so. Okay, and then what I do is I go in with a clean brush and I start to blend. Okay, so you know where the placement is, but you're just blending it afterwards. It's just another way of doing things if you're getting a bit impatient and you want to build a look up fast. And then I can kind of blend it into my crease like this. And let's blend this side in. And you might have to do a bit of blending when you've placed it on there like that. Don't do it and then kind of leave it, because you'll just end up with a bit of a triangle rather than a nicely blended eye makeup. And then when in doubt, just finish off by doing that. And I meant to get my Prep and Prime spray, so 1 second. Okay. So I am going to now use a lighter shade, and I'm going to come in a little bit matte and a bit round here as well, the top of my inner corner of my crease, and a little bit further in. I shall show you in a second. So I'm going to go in with this one, and then I'm going to go in for a shimmer, and I'll probably go with this one. Okay, because I want a nice pinky purpley look. I'm going to use this one again. I'll just clean it off, the one in the palette. So I'm going to go in with the Dusty Rose and kind of blend out that harsh line, and I'm going to take it into my crease but further in towards the eye, like that. So it's just kind of gradually building up so that I've got the lighter shade in the center there, and then here again. I'm just gonna do that.
The hell?
Ah, Jack.
What?
Mind what you're saying, please. I'm doing a video, and even if I wasn't, I don't like you using that kind of language. Okay, so that is, so you can see it's sort of gradually moving in intensity. Just going to put a dab more this side so that we've got it basically meeting at the same point. And then I'm going to take a small flat brush and I'm going to wet it, and I'm going to foil Rose Pink, which is that shimmery rose that I just showed you a minute ago. That one there. Okay, so let's have a go at that. I'll just spray my brush, pick up the Rose Pink. Again, a little, you don't need to put a lot on the brush because it will, yeah, and it's beautiful, really beautiful. And I'm just dabbing that on like that, and I'm gonna just, I think actually the brush is still wet enough to do the other eye, but if not I will go back and spray it again. Don't want it sopping wet. Probably need another little squirt, just a tiny little squirt, otherwise it's gonna not look as foiled as the other side. That's better. Okay, and then go back in with a clean brush and just blend out the edges so that you've got nice smooth edges everywhere. And here, where the two, I'm just dabbing that because I don't really want to disturb it too much. Okay, and then what I'm going to do is, with a similar brush to this, but a flat brush but a bit bigger, I'm going to go in with glistening, a tiny bit of glistening, and just use that to highlight my brow. And the other side, an absolute smidgen, because otherwise you don't want it to detract from the purple. It's just to give your brow a highlight. Okay, so that is my upper eye done. I am going to what I will do actually, I will do my eyeliner. Now this one is not Anastasia Beverly Hills, this is Urban Decay Roach, and I will show you, it's a kind of, it's a brown, but it's got a slight sparkle to it. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to go along my lash line, All right. I'm not really that fussed about it being too tidy, because you'll see why in a second. Before I move on to the next eye, I'm going to take this, which is a MAC. Oh, it's rubbed off, MAC 210, and I'm going to take that mulberry shade, very tiny amount, and smudge it out with the mulberry shade. Really tiny amount though, just to blend out that brown eyeshadow. Okay, and I'll do the same on the other side. And then get my little brush, dab a little bit of mulberry on it and smoke it out. After all, it's called Soft Glam, so I want everything to be soft. Okay, then underneath, I'm going to just clean that brush off, and I'm going to go in with a bit of that Dusty Rose, which was that lovely matte lilac, and I'm going to put that underneath, all the way across, like so. And I just think this one looks beautiful under the eyes. And then a little trick that I always like to do, sometimes I put blue with purple. I'm going to do what they call, I've forgotten the name of it now. Someone's going to shout it at me if there's a makeup artist watching. But when you put a contrasting colour in your waterline, I think it's called a drop shadow, anyway, I can't remember the name, but this is purple, so it's not quite contrasting. I could have done a blue, but I'm going to just put this in my waterline, like so, and I might just drag it down a little bit to blend in with that lilac. So just do that. But also what works really well, and it's a really good contrast, is if you put blue in your waterline, especially if you've got brown eyes. It's just so lovely. And I'm going to go back in with that lilac and just blend out any purple that's gone down onto that, so it takes the harshness off it. Okay, then we'll go in with our mascara. I still haven't done, I probably should have done my concealer before that, but as I said, I'm in pain, I'm not thinking straight, so, and I've just gone and got a whole blob of mascara on my upper lid. Jack, I hope that's nothing rude that you're listening to.
No.
I thought I heard some language on there.
No, she said for the love
Don't say, okay.
They don't
No swearing, please.
They don't swear in total drama.
My channel has got a U rating, okay? Young children can watch my makeup.
Yeah, and you wouldn't want to make it an R rating.
No, I don't know what an R rating is, but I don't want to know, okay? Because if I have to stop this because you've said something naughty, I'm not going to be happy.
It's more rude than an 18 rating.
Oh, is it? Okay.
That's all I know.
Well, I'm glad that's all you know. That reassures me greatly. Okay. And so there we have my eyeshadow. And I'm now going to quickly finish off by doing my blush and my lipstick. And I will be right back. See you in a minute. Hi everybody, I'm back, and as you can see, I've finished this look and I decided to change it to blue eyeliner, which, as you see, contrasts with it. And I love that look. And I think my son is coming to say hello. So this is Jack who's saying hello. So I will put a list of what I've used down below. But I used a Becca blush. And I use this gorgeous, gorgeous highlighter from MAC, which I've used a lot. It's got a lovely pink. Let me just show you this one. It's called Extra Dimension Skin Finish in Beaming Blush, and it is beautiful. Let me just... Why is this lighting so bad in here? There. And you can't really see it very well, but it kind of reflects gold and pink. And so that is there on my highlighter.
Slime.
Yes, all right, that's his slime. He's a 9-year-old boy, forgive him. Okay, so I will list all the products down below that I've used. This is an Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick. It's the only Anastasia Beverly Hills lipstick I have, which is called Lovely. And I lined my lips with a Huda Beauty lip liner in Muse, which is slightly different shade, but it kind of worked. So I hope you've enjoyed today. I would say I love the Soft Glam palette. I love the choice of the colours. It's got a good mix of kind of cool toned purples, and it's also got some nice everyday brownie shades and warmer tones. The only thing you've got to be careful of is it is very powdery, so be careful when you go in. But beautiful pigments, very heavily pigmented, and I just love it, and I think it's a very versatile palette. So I hope you've enjoyed that, and keep an eye out for future videos. I may just get around today if I've got the energy, but if not tomorrow, to do a St. Patrick's Day look using Charlotte Tilbury's The Rebel, as I saw her doing that on Instagram yesterday, and it motivated me. I know it's today, but if I don't do it today, I might do it tomorrow. Okay, so take care, and thank you very much for watching, and see you soon. Bye-bye. Say bye, Jack.